Evil Dead Rise is the latest scary flick to hit theaters. I didn't really know what to expect going into this movie. I've only seen the first Sam Raimi Evil Dead. I know Evil Dead 2 is really good, but I have not seen that, and I haven't seen the other entries in this franchise. I don't even know if it's been rebooted, or I just knew that if I saw this movie, I'd probably be fine watching it without being confused or if there's any connectivity. I went ahead and watched it, and I was fine. There was nothing really that felt like I needed to know prior information. There was no gaps in the plot where I was like, okay, what am I missing? I felt like I was missing nothing, so that's definitely a good thing. This movie was fun. I didn't love this movie like other people were initially, but at the same time, this isn't like my type of horror whatsoever. Yes, I laugh at the blood and gore. I'm not like, oh, it's blood gore. It's fun because I just kind of imagine what it was like just being on set, being around a bunch of fake blood. When it gets so over the top, I laugh. I don't necessarily cringe. Whenever the movie needed to be scary, it was that as well. It decided to be scary, not just like, oh, look at all this blood, actually trying to create inventive scares. And this movie mostly takes place in one location, one apartment. It has a lot of actually opportunity with just that one small environment. You do feel it like it's restraints at moments, but it overall really does work. I really thought the scares were inventive. The makeup was really good. I thought the movie was as short as it needed to be. I just wish that maybe I just cared. I didn't really care about this movie as I was watching it. I didn't care about the characters. And this is just a normal horror movie to me. It didn't feel like, oh, this is like this new amazing entry into the Evil Dead franchise. This just felt like a scary movie that has really good scares. It's just at the same time, in the opening 20 minutes, characters make mistake after mistake, like horror movies mistakes that you shouldn't be doing. Like, do not go in there and go down to the cursed hole, then steal this thing and bring it back, and then do the exact instructions that this thing says, and then be like, oh, so why are we haunted? Like, things like that. It's just like, it's conventional. We've seen it before. The characters on paper aren't anything special. I mean, I thought the actors brought a lot to the movie, particularly with whoever played the mom. She did a very effective job as the main scare factor for this movie. She was very effective. But the children and the aunt that we follow throughout the movie aren't really compelling. And when the movie ended, it was like, okay, that was fun, and that's about it. It felt like maybe it's going to be a tad forgettable. From what I've seen on Twitter, yes, I will admit, the opening title where it rises, that's awesome. That I'll give it full credit for that. The rest of the movie's still a lot of fun. It's just I didn't latch on, and I was just watching it just kind of like passively, like, oh, that's scary. Oh crap, what's gonna happen there? But I wasn't tensed up like I felt like I should have been. For me to really tense up and be scared, I need to care about these characters. And if I don't care about these characters enough, I'm not going to get tensed up because that's just not how my brain works when it comes to watching a scary movie. It did give me enough character to feel fear at moments and let me get immersed into it. It just wasn't enough for me to say, oh, this is the best horror movie of the year, or this is one of the better horror movies I've seen in a long time. Overall, still passable watch. It was a fun watch. I'll definitely give it a thumbs up. I thought the Sam Raimi cam from the first movie was definitely back, and had a lot of really cool creative angles. You can definitely feel his influence from that. And it didn't feel like it was a ripoff. It just felt like it was just trying to be creative and fun like the Sam Raimi movie. It didn't feel like it was just trying to shove it down our throat like, oh, you love the Sam Raimi movie. You love the Sam Raimi movie. Let's show you all the stuff you love about the Sam Raimi movie. It does its own thing and yet feels like it. And I think that's the right way of doing it because you got those nice little Dutch angles and those jolty camera movements that you want, and they don't do anything like really cringy with this movie that some horror movies do, because horror movies is hard to pull off right now, and this movie did overall a passable job with it. And I'm gonna give Evil Dead Rise a 6.8 out of 10. Didn't love it, didn't hate it. It was a good movie, effective movie, and if you are scared easily, go watch this. If you like scary movies, like there were a couple of moments where I did go like, oh crap, that's terrifying. At the end of the day, I thought the movie was fine, and it wasn't like a complete home run. Fun to watch. So comment down below what you guys thought of the Evil Dead movies based off my review. If you've seen the other Evil Dead movies, should I watch the other ones? Do you think I'll like them? I do think I'll at least watch Evil Dead 2, but the others I'm not sure. So yeah, anyways, like, share, subscribe, and stuff like that, and adios.